Hello there, this is James and you're watching Tixee Live. And a very good morning to all of you, and all of you a very happy Thursday. In today's program, I want to discuss obviously something which the market is waiting for in much anticipation, which of course is the Bank of England interest rate decision, plus have a little chat about what is happening to oil currently. But before we get into that, don't forget, these little videos are for educational purposes only, and in no way whatsoever should ever be taken as financial advice. I always suggest you do your own research and do your own due diligence. And of course, know the risks at hand before entering any trade. With that out the way, let's get started. So today is being called Super Thursday. Super Thursday. And the reason for that is, of course, the Bank of England interest rate decision is due today at 12 p.m. UTC. Now, the market is expecting the Bank of England to raise rates by 50 basis points. Now, usually the BOE, they raise interest rates by 0.25. So this 50 is very aggressive for them for a change. In fact, it would be the largest rate hike since 1995. That's 27 years. 27 years. And in fact, if they do what we expect them to do, that would be the sixth interest rate hike in the current cycle. Now, as we know, interest rates at the moment across the board for many of the central banks have been increased quite dramatically over the last couple of months. You know, we have the Canadian Bank of Canada's got interest rates of 2.5. US is currently at 2.5. Australia, beginning of the week, they raised it by another 50 basis points to 1.85. UK is at 1.25. EU is 0.50. Japan, as we know, is minus 0.10. So yeah, of course, obviously, they do need to raise interest rates to fight inflation. And the market really is asking the question, will Andrew Bailey, who's the Bank of England governor, will he pull what they call a Powell? And will he be dovish? Because 30 minutes after the interest rate decision, he will be speaking, okay? He's doing a speak. And I think personally, that could potentially move the market more than the actual interest rate decision itself. And the reason I feel like that is that basically, yes, the 50 basis point rate hike is aggressive for the Bank of England. It's not aggressive in compared to the other central banks. I mean, we've had 75 from the Fed, 75 from the Reserve Bank of Australia. We've had a whole 1% from the Bank of Canada, but 50 is aggressive for the Bank of England. But I think that the market has already priced it in. So I think it's Bailey's speech is potentially going to really move the market, because the way I see it is the Bank of England are in a rock and a hard place. And the reason why I think they're in the rock and a hard place is because they're dealing with inflation at 9.4%. 9.4%. US is 9.1. EU is 8.9, but 9.4%. And that is over a 40-year high, in fact. So they've got to handle inflation. And many people, many analysts, myself included, are anticipating for inflation to go to double digits at some point. But why are they in a rock and a hard place, James? Because A, they've got to fight inflation, but B, there is real signs of economic slowdown, which will be discussed in Bailey's speech. You know, don't forget the UK is dealing with a number of economic issues, like the rest of us, with the current, supply crisis and the cost of living crisis, which we're all dealing with. The UK is an island. And don't forget, they have the Brexit fallout as well. So though the Bank of England has to do something to fight inflation, they have to be very, very careful not to put more strain on the economy and increase unemployment. So yeah, they really are in a rock and a hard place with this. Of course, because of this is a big event, I will be doing a watch along. Of course, going on air at 10:50 a.m. UTC. Okay, so please come and join me for that, and we'll watch the announcement live together. Hopefully, it'll be quite exciting. Obviously, I'll be going on 10 minutes beforehand, and I will go in a lot more detail about the Bank of England's interest rate decision, what it means to the market. And as usual, we'll go through several scenarios, what could happen on the announcement. And like I say, we'll watch it live. So please come and join me at 10:50 a.m. UTC. For now, let's have a quick look at the cable, which is the pound US dollar. So here we are at the moment. This is on a 30-minute chart, currently trading at 1.2165, under that key level of 1.21976. Okay, so it's still under that. Like I say, this announcement, definitely, I think the interest rate announcement might be, depending if it's already priced in, might be more bearish and might put more pressure on the sterling. So that'd be interesting to see. So I do expect there's a bit of action on the cable when the announcement happens. But like I say, I think it's the speech afterwards, which is going to be a real barn burner, so to speak. Let's have a quick look at the euro sterling as well, how that stands. That as understandably at the moment, fairly range bound sidewards, currently trading at 0.83666. Sounds unlucky, doesn't it? But of course, obviously, this pair we need to watch on the back of the Bank of England announcement as well. And plus, of course, we'll be looking at the guppy as well, which is the British pound Japanese yen, because obviously the yen, like I say, is a safe haven. So it'll be interesting to see how this pair reacts as well. So that's how the market stands at the moment. Might as well have a quick look at the euro, see how the euro's doing as well. Euro currently trading at 1.0179 currently. So yeah, that's what's happening with the sterling at the moment. So what else is happening? What else is happening? Oil is come under pressure, is edged lower, despite the fact that OPEC Plus signaled a very small increase in production, a very small increase of only 100,000 barrels, which is tiny. However, it's come under pressure for another reason and is actually trading currently at the weakest level since February. The reason for the decline in oil at the moment is that the EIA reported that inventories rose by 4.5 million barrels last week. This is the United States, okay? In the United States, 4.5 million barrels extra in their storeroom. And this is signaling, potentially indicating a weakening demand in the world's largest consumer, which is the US. So that is the reason. So now we've had the supply issue, which drove prices to very high, above $100. Now we've got demand issues weighing it down. Is demand decreasing? Oil prices will start to drop. Let's have a quick look at oil as it stands as well, where it's currently trading at the moment. As you can see, okay, it's now under $90 a barrel, currently trading at $89.89. Yesterday, on the back of that OPEC announcement of only 100,000 barrel extra supply, it skyrocketed up to $95.22. But then since the EIA report and the signs of demand slowing and issues in China, because China is a huge consumer as well, there's indications that demand is weakening in China as well. It's now come under a lot of pressure. And like I say, it's trading at levels not seen since February this year, before the whole beginning of the Ukraine conflict. So yeah, Brent is pretty much similar as well. That's under $100 a barrel as well. Currently trading at $96.29. At the time of the OPEC announcement, as you can see again, he skyrocketed above $100, $101.80. But since the EIA report, and like I say, these concerns on demand slowing down, it's now under pressure. It's currently trading at $96.42. Right, what else is happening today? This is why it's Super Thursday, in my opinion. Sorry, my throat's getting really dry. We have US initial claims today, due at 12:30 p.m. UTC. The expectation is for it to come in at 259,000 new initial claims. Don't forget, initial claims is the time when people sign on for the first time for unemployment benefit. So 259. The previous number was 256. Those who watch me on a regular basis, they know I go on about initial claims a lot, because though it's only a medium indicator, I think it's a key indicator to see where potentially the market or the economy is going. Okay, I call it canary in a coal mine. So I always take a big interest in initial claims, because I am seeing an increase in initial claims, which means the so-called amazing labor market, the US, claims to have, and that's the reason why they're not in recession, apparently, even though technically they are. If I'm seeing an increase in unemployment benefit, then obviously that labor market is showing signs of slowing down and potentially coming under pressure. So that's why I'm going to take a key interest in that. Other major events. Well, of course, like I said, we've got Bank of England today. Watch along today, don't forget. What time am I going on again? Yeah, 11:50. 10:50 a.m. UTC. I'll be going on for that. And as well as that, we have the US non-farm payroll, which is tomorrow, and US unemployment. I will be doing a watch along on that as well, because like I said at the beginning of the week, I think the labor market is going to come under a lot of scrutiny at the moment. A lot of scrutiny, especially in relation to this, are we, aren't we in a recession debate? So yeah, that is going to be a good watch along today, tomorrow. But today is all about Bank of England. Let's see what they do, what the old lady do. That's what they're called, the old lady. It's their nickname. Let's see what they do, and it should be a quite exciting event. So please come along and join me for that. Don't forget, 10:50 a.m. UTC. Right, as the market stands, fairly tepid, to be honest. FTSE currently trading slightly lower and negative 0.13%. DAX currently trading at 0.78%. Euro Stoxx 50 currently trading at plus 0.79%. Don't forget, you can ask me questions anytime you wish, or simply say hello if you like. Or tell me what, your opinion. What do you think the Bank of England are going to do today? Do you think they're going to go aggressive? I mean, I would like, personally, I'll talk more about this on the watch along. I would like them to be a bit more aggressive and do 75. They ain't going to do that. There's too many duds in their camp. But I like them to take that action and be a bit more aggressive, because inflation at 9.4%, and that's the highest of all the G7 countries, if you think about it. That's shocking. I know we have a weak, they have a weak, I'm not in the UK anymore, even though I'm a Brit, obviously. They do have a weak economy. Yes, they do. But EU will fall into recession before the UK officially will. But like I say, I really wish they would be a bit more aggressive. But like I say, tell me, what do you think? Do you think they're going to do 50 today? Do you think they do 25? Do you think that the cable or the sterling is going to benefit from it? What do you think about oil? What's your opinions on oil? And don't forget, yesterday, I also said about, in my other video, about, in the future doing a special tixee Live focused on maybe more education. So yeah, suggest subjects or topics you'd like me to cover and discuss and go over. So that's an option too. Okay. How is everybody feeling? Everybody feeling good today? Super Thursday? Yeah. Okay. If there is no questions, not to worry. Don't worry. If you think of a question later, simply jot it down in the comments below on Facebook or YouTube. I will see them. And I will reply to the question. I always do next time I'm online. So bear in mind, you do have that option too. Anyway, like I always say, if you're watching me on Facebook and you like it, give us a follow if you like. If you're watching me on YouTube and you enjoyed this little episode, subscribe if you like. Hit the notification button so you know next time I'm going live. If you enjoyed this little video and you put up with me and my over-top enthusiasm for the markets, which I simply just cannot help, because I love the markets. Give me one of those. Give me a like. I can see I've got a couple of likes already, which I really appreciate. I do appreciate that, because it's nice to know that you like what I do. But anyway, till next time, don't forget, these little videos are for educational purposes only, and in no way whatsoever should ever be taken as financial advice. I always suggest you do your own research and do your own due diligence. And of course, know the risks at hand before entering any trade. Till next time, every single one of you, trade safe.